Hey, welcome back to Season 3 of Breaking Bad Insider Podcast. We're kicking off the podcast this year with a really special treat. We got Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul in the house.
Hey!
Also, we got our executive producer, Vince Gilligan.
Hey!
Hooray for me.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Now let's get started.
And our composer, Dave Porter.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Okay, well, I guess we should start right in. Bryan, your second directing premiere, second time directing the premiere of our show, right?
Yes, and he was brilliant.
Yes. It was great. I mean, it's like, I've described it, for me, it's like putting together a 10,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, but you don't have the luxury of the picture on the box. It's in your head. And so you start with the edges, just like you say, okay, let me just see it in my mind and get the whole picture together. And as you go along in the prep week, it becomes clearer and clearer, and you have things that you hope to shoot, as a bonus. But then there's, the list of things that you have to get. So it's a time crunch. It seems like the moment you start, your AD is whispering in your ear, "We're behind. We gotta get moving," and you just can't believe that. It's like, how is that possible? But I think that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be easy.
Well, let me jump away for a second because I just want to ask Vince. Vince, you wrote this episode, and I want to ask because we left season 2 in the middle of a disaster, but we don't start there. We start somewhere totally different, and I just am curious about the research with the whole Santa Muerte business.
Yeah, the Santa Muerte thing is a really interesting thing. Sam Catlin, one of our writers, came in with I think it was a story from the New York Times or someplace about folks who are so hardcore about this religion that they actually crawl on hands and knees to their various shrines. And Santa Muerte is an interesting, and I should preface all this I'm about to say with the fact that I am no expert on this. I have very much a layperson's knowledge of it. But our research told us Santa Muerte is this very interesting religion that's sort of an offshoot of Catholicism. It's a religion where you're praying to, in a sense, death itself, or death herself, Santa Muerte, Saint Death. And the interesting thing about Santa Muerte is she makes no distinction between good and bad in the sense of a follower's prayers to her, meaning you could pray for your little granddaughter to get better and go to a good school and whatever. You could pray for a pet to recover from getting hit by a car.
And at the same time, pray for your little grandson's death. That little shit hate that kid.
Aaron, I got to ask you something too. Your parents are up in Boise, right?
Yeah, I know.
And I'm curious because you get beat up so much. What does your mom call you when she sees
all
it?
the time? She's like, why? Why do they do this in
Vince
almost
doesn't
every
like me.
episode?
It's because Aaron loves the prosthetic eye that he has to wear that completely covers it. We should talk to him about that. How difficult is it? Because you literally have to sit in a makeup chair for a couple hours and have this application put on that covers your eye.
Yeah.
And your eyelash got turned inside out, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, this
that's
one time
painful.
my eyelash got like flipped up underneath my eyelid, and I've had the prosthetic on for maybe like 4 hours now because it takes 3 hours, like 2 to 3 hours to put on, but then I have to leave it on all day long, and we usually shoot for about 12 hours, so that was like 15 hours of a constant like just wanting to scratch at it, and there was nothing we could do.
Dave, do these individual characters have themes?
These two guys?
Yeah. How does that work, musically speaking?
Musically speaking, they don't have themes so much as they have palettes of sounds, but obviously being main focus of the show, it's evolved, certainly, as the show has gone on. I tend to use a lot of guitar for Jesse, and I used to use more actually mixes of Asian instruments and more world music on the lighter side for Walt, especially in his more pensive moments. But I think I've always taken the position on this show that I'm trying to do the unexpected, and I'm trying to mix palettes that you wouldn't normally hear together, instruments from different parts of the world, in addition to instruments that are acoustic and real, and instruments that are synthetic and synthesized.
Yeah, because don't you use
together
like
at
paint
once.
cans or something in our main title? I heard you say at one point.
They're gas tanks, empty
yeah.
car gas tanks.
Wow.
They're-
Wow.
You mean that goes under the car?
Right.
The thing that goes
Yep.
that part.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you everybody for listening. Let's go break bad.